Hello and welcome to the Teslawyer show. For all those returning viewers, thanks for coming back. And if you're a new viewer, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. As always, a like is well appreciated. And if you want to know up to the minute when a video is released, hit that notification bell. And as always, we'd love to see some comments so that we can discuss the video further. This is episode 1, my introduction episode and a channel update. I'm going to kind of refocus and let you guys know what's going to happen in the future of the channel. I would like to thank all my subscribers and views that I've gotten so far. It's a lot better than I had expected at this point, and considering that I really haven't gotten into the meat of my channel, really appreciate all the views that I've gotten and everyone that subscribed. I'm up to about 75 subscribers right now and like over 14,000 views, which is really great for a young channel that just started a few months ago. And I know you guys have a lot of other options on YouTube or podcasts such as Ride the Lightning, the Tesla Show, and those Teslas that are talking, actually Tesla owners who are talking, and just a lot of other news outlets like Teslawyer Electric, Green Car Report. And I really appreciate you guys spending some time and watching me, listening to me as I've been trying to work all of this out and get better at making YouTube videos. It's taken a little while to find a place that has been pretty regular that I can record in with good lighting and that's quiet and have access to and on a regular basis. And I think I've kind of worked it out. I'll always be trying to improve my editing and also just speaking and everything, making the channel better. So why listen to me when there are all these other outlets that you could be spending your time with? And I hope that I will be bringing something new and original. I am a practicing attorney. I do environmental law. Be trying to bring that into the Tesla discussion. There are a lot of people who are talking about the events that are happening with Tesla, but I want to do kind of a deeper dive into some of the legal issues and just analyzing some of the things Tesla is doing from a legal standpoint, which I don't think anyone else is really doing. There's Teslanomics that's doing a great job on the economic stuff, and a lot of deep dives from the Tesla Show podcast. And there are more engineers and they talk about a lot of that stuff, and I'm hoping to bring the legal aspects to Tesla. Okay, so what does that kind of entail? Well, some of the things that I am planning on doing shows about the federal tax credit, and also some of the other states have done some tax credits. New York has just included the $2,000 tax credit. Texas has $25,000, and California has a few different rebate plans. I'll talk about those and how they're structured and whether they're beneficial or not, and talk about the different structures, not necessarily from an economic standpoint, but kind of as a coercive standpoint. How would they affect buying, or how should they affect the buying, and how could we make these plans better? Because right now, especially the federal tax credit, I think it disincentivizes a lot of car manufacturers from jumping into the electric car market, and I'll talk about that. Also talk about Tesla's idling policy and some things they got right, some things they got wrong, and how I think they can improve it, and they need to improve it for the Model 3 to come out, and also if they hope to get other EV users to also use the Tesla network. I know there's a charger issue, but that's physical, that can be overcome. I'll talk about how the policy can help encourage other people to use the Tesla network, even though I know some Tesla owners are worried about that right now, and they should be, because there is some congestion, there is backup, but there are ways that all of this can be improved with not just increasing the number of superchargers, but also I'll talk about policies that Tesla could use to encourage positive use and discourage negative use of their system to make it better for everyone, more accessible, get more money into the system, and increase the supercharger network. But there are other things that are a little more pie in the sky, but real. Like, one thing that I'm really interested in is what happens when an autonomous vehicle runs over someone. How will the laws deal with that? And probably thinking about using the Matrix or Terminator or something for some examples of killer robots, and how we would deal with that under our current legal system, and what would possibly need to change, what changes we could look at to better deal with the situations that would occur when an autonomous vehicle goes wrong. Okay, and there are a few other things that I'll be talking about. As you've seen on my channel so far, I've had a lot of videos, but not much dealing with Tesla. That I definitely will be planning to increase. I'll try to do one of the longer legal videos about once a month, if not more, and some other stuff sprinkled in between so the channel doesn't sit idle. But I'm going to have to do some research on these legal issues and make sure I formulate a good understanding of what I want to convey. But so, I mean, I'm just a fan of electric cars, especially Porsche, Nissan, VW as far as they're related to Porsche, and Volvo. And these guys are doing a lot of big things in the electric car market right now. Mercedes-Benz and BMW have also decided to push forward really strongly. By 2020, we could actually see a competitive EV market with some serious vehicles on the road. And of course, I'm going to touch on the articles that I find interesting. I'm going to try to add something a little different than everyone else. Another thing we'll be talking about is the electric GT series. I love racing. I grew up on GT racing. I love Le Mans and Petite Le Mans in America, and I've been following Formula E, which is doing well, and I hope to see them in Brooklyn shortly. So I'll talk a little bit about racing, and also that jumps into video games. I've made a electric GT clone on Forza Motorsports. I have another video showcasing that, but I'll make a few other short videos showcasing that. I'll probably have a few other random video game stuff on my website, but not too many. Don't worry if you see something. I haven't changed the plans. Also, with the electric GT, I'm going to cover some of the drivers, maybe the racetracks, and talk about that stuff. So you guys, by the time the series begins, you guys will have a good foundation of what the electric GT is, what we can look forward to, and I'm really excited about it. I think it's really going to push at least Tesla forward. We're going to see some real cars being tested, and we'll know better what the battery and engine capabilities are. And I think a few other car manufacturers might want to jump in. All right, and finally, the other thing I'm going to talk about, which I've already started, is my zero emissions school bus transition policy. I'm trying to push forward in New York. I'm going to try and create a bill and hopefully get that introduced either in New York City or New York State. Hopefully both would be great. But I'm going to try and do that, and we're going to give you updates on how that is coming, and I'll share some information. Hopefully we can get this, if I get this passed in New York, hopefully it can spread nationally. I know California is working with electric school buses, and a lot of other states are doing things, but I haven't seen any concrete policy saying we're going to do this. So I'm hoping New York will be a leader in this, and I will help to bring that forward. So thank you guys for watching. If you're interested in some or all of these topics, you can just hit my logo to subscribe, or give me a like, and a comment is always appreciated. You can find me at the Teslawyer Show on Twitter, or teslawyrshow@gmail.com. Here are some links to my other videos.